issue on the end?
No, I mean, they just, especially their guards, we just didn't have an answer for them, obviously, in the first half. Their ability to create space, be able to get to the basket. They were hitting contested, mid-range jump shots, but it was their depth in which they were getting into the lane that was causing us problems in the first half. As you mentioned, in the second half, we changed a number of times, just different ways to guard the ball screen action one-on-one, and it did help us. We were able to get back into the game. We took a 1-point lead, and I think, I don't know what the time of it was when Starling hit the banked 40-footer. From that point on, I just felt like we just could never catch back up. But their guards were really good tonight, Metz and Starling, and their ability to everybody, but in large part those two, we just didn't have an answer for them one-on-one.
Hubert, it seemed, toward the end of the game, there was, several turnovers. Looked like Syracuse was able to get some deflections, things like that. Was there anything from their defense that you kind of noticed of how they were kind of able to, get those deflections in?
No, I mean, Syracuse is number one in the conference in terms of steals and forced turnovers. So, I mean, they swipe, they go for steals, they gamble, and in those situations, they went to the monitor 2 or 3 times and reverse calls, and ended up being Syracuse's fault.
Hubert, it seemed like there when you had the 10-game winning streak, always able to find some answers, down the stretch. What did you make of tonight? Just didn't seem like you were able to find those type of winning plays to turn the tide.
No, I mean, obviously we didn't. I was proud of how our guys reacted and continued to fight to stay in the game. But you also have to compliment Syracuse. They stepped up and made plays. They made shots. They made free throws. They created turnovers that helped them down the stretch win the game. So it's, I think it's 2 parts. It's us, not being able to make plays, and for them being able to step up.
Coach, it felt like early on you guys were trying to get it in low to Baycott against Brown. What did you see from Baycott offensively, and how was Brown able to contain it for the most part?
Well, I mean, they were playing zone on their made shots, and they played zone a lot because they made 63% of their shots. And so, we're trying to get the ball out. Not necessarily, I mean, yes, we want to get the ball to Armando, but, for us, we want to live in the paint, live at the free throw line. We only shot 11 free throws. So that's just, been a big part of us all season from an offensive standpoint. Being able to attack the basket, do post penetration, offensive rebounds, and we just didn't do it at the level we needed to from an offensive standpoint to be able to come away with a win.
Is there a common thread with these last 3 losses? 3 of the last 5, they 3 Tuesday, last 3 weeks. Is there something, without seeing the film yet here, is there something that kind of jumps out at you that was maybe missing from your team that was there during that 10-game win streak?
No, I don't look at it that way. I don't look at Tuesdays. I don't look at 10-game win streak. We lost tonight. I don't look at that. I just think we didn't play well enough to win, and we just got to get better. As I said before, they shot 63% from the field. There's not very few teams in the country you can beat, especially on the road, allowing a team to shoot that from the field.
If I can follow up on that, when you guys go back to practice, I guess Thursday, what is the primary thing that you guys need to focus on that maybe hasn't been there of late?
Well, I don't know if it, that it hasn't been there. Again, you also have to compliment, the teams that we've been playing. So you have to compliment Syracuse for being able to step up and make plays. I mean, Brown coming into the game and made 4 threes throughout his entire year. He hit 2 threes. Okay, that's 6 points. That's big. And so, at the end of the day, you just have to step up and make plays, and we just didn't. And so we didn't make enough. And so we'll go back and we'll work hard. We'll look at the tape and see if there's things, and there are things that we need to get better at, to improve, to tighten up and move forward to the next game on Saturday.
What parts of Syracuse's 2-3 zone stood out to you?
I don't think anything stood out. I mean, the 2-3 zone is their 2-3 zone. I don't think anything stood out to us.
Hubert, it took.
You beat by 36 a month. Do you think there was any
like you
No,
overlooked?
not at all. Not at all. I mean, Syracuse is a good basketball team, extremely well coached. I mean, that's rec league in high school to think that you can beat somebody this time and then it's going to be an easy game the next time. That's the ACC basketball is the best conference in college basketball, and we knew, Syracuse going to this game is 11-2 at home, and that they're a very good basketball team, and that we needed to play well in order to have a chance to win.
Hubert,
two more.
It took you guys a while to get RJ going, and did you feel like that sort of contributed to playing from behind, not be able to get him started fast tonight?
Well, I mean, I think it's, again, you have to contribute it to, Syracuse, we were playing up against the zone a lot more than we did the first game.
Yeah.
And the reason being is we were getting stops and we were getting out in transition. Syracuse is going back in man on misses. They only missed less than 40% of the time. And so we're always going up against a set defense. And so in those situations, obviously in their 2-3 zone, they have little things in terms of not letting RJ get open shots. And so I felt like we got good shots. I felt like, we shot, 48% from the field. That's good enough to win on the road. We just didn't get it done defensively. And because of their zone, we just didn't attack the basket. And being able to get to the free throw line as much as we have throughout this entire season.
Take one more.
Is Syracuse doing anything different offensively since difficult to guard them one-on-one? Is it different this time around?
Almost different that they were making shots as opposed to the first time. They were basically running, those mid pick and rolls, and they've got two guys that are big guards that have the ability that's their strength, is to be able to come off those ball screens and be able to create separation. And when you've got Bell on the perimeter, who is a knockdown three-point shooter, and Brown that can finish above the rim, and it causes some problems. And that's why in the second half we changed things up and a number of times just to put us in a better position defensively. And I thought for the most part it worked. It got us back in. It got them out of rhythm. We just weren't able to make shots, and then towards the end they were able to make more plays than us.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, everybody. Again, our players.